You keep wondering if you've crossed some invisible line, if the distance you feel now is proof that you've ruined something sacred. There's a moment you won't admit out loud, the night you said or did what still echoes in the back of your mind. And ever since then, a quiet fear has followed you. Maybe there isn't a way back. Maybe the door that once felt wide open has silently closed. But what if that fear is lying to you? What if the ache you feel isn't punishment at all, but the first sign that your heart is waking up again? You think you're drifting further, but something deeper is pulling you toward home, even now. You didn't lose the path, you just stopped looking up. Lift your head for a moment. Look at the truth hiding beneath the noise. The way back doesn't begin with perfection, it begins with longing. And the fact that you're here, listening, searching, tells me one thing. You've already started the return you're afraid you can't make. You keep telling yourself that the distance you feel must mean you've gone too far, but you haven't considered how often silence is a doorway, not a verdict. The space you're in right now, the numbness, the confusion, the hollow feeling you can't name, none of it is proof that you're beyond repair. It's proof that your soul is tired of pretending. You didn't fall off the map, you simply stopped trusting your steps. And that happens to everyone who's ever carried regret longer than their strength. But hear this, the myths you repeat in your head. It's too late. I broke what can't be fixed. I should have known better. Those aren't warnings, they're wounds. And wounds don't disqualify you, they reveal where healing is needed. The way back never begins with certainty, it begins with honesty. The moment you stop running from what hurts is the moment the path begins to clear. You don't need to be fearless to return, you just need to stop believing that distance is the same as defeat. There's still a road beneath you, even if you can't feel it yet. You think reconciliation requires dramatic moments, some breakthrough, some emotional flood, some undeniable sign that tells you everything's okay again. But returning rarely looks like a miracle. Most of the time, it looks like a quiet shift inside you, the kind you almost miss. It's the soft urge to pause before you spiral, the impulse to breathe instead of hide, the sudden awareness that you want peace more than punishment. These are not random, they are sparks on the path back home. Grace doesn't drag you, it draws you. And forgiveness doesn't arrive with fanfare, it arrives with recognition. Recognition that you were never abandoned, only overwhelmed. The way back is made of ordinary moments that become sacred once you stop rushing past them. A single honest prayer, a small step toward truth, a gentle decision to try again even if you don't feel ready. These are the early stones of the bridge being rebuilt beneath your feet. Return is not an event. It's a slow unfolding, one you're already in whether you can see it or not. You don't rebuild connection by sprinting. You rebuild it by returning to what's true, one honest inch at a time. Start with noticing what pulls you toward peace instead of panic. Maybe it's a quiet place where your thoughts finally soften. Maybe it's one verse that keeps resurfacing when you least expect it. Maybe it's the unexpected urge to reach out to someone who once felt like a lifeline. These small movements aren't random, they're invitations. Grace doesn't demand perfection before it welcomes you. It simply asks for willingness. Willingness to stop numbing, to stop avoiding, to stop carrying your shame like it's a scar that defines you. And connection grows fastest in the moments that look insignificant. A whispered prayer before sleep, choosing truth when lies feel familiar, letting yourself be seen by one safe person. The path back isn't about proving you're worthy, it's about remembering that you always were. Your spirit isn't asking for a reset, it's asking for alignment. And every time you move toward what steadies you, even slightly, the distance you fear begins to dissolve. You keep assuming the way back requires some dramatic gesture, a flawless transformation, or a moment so holy it erases every wrong turn. But the truth is quieter, softer, and far more reachable. Purpose returns in the ordinary, when you choose honesty over hiding, presence over distraction, hope over resignation. Sometimes reconciliation begins with something as simple as letting yourself feel again, not fixing everything, not explaining everything, just feeling what you've avoided. Because numbness isn't protection, it's distance disguised as safety. And when you let even a little light in, you realize the road home was never blocked, it was just blurred by fear. The people who truly care still recognize your heart. The God you think you've disappointed hasn't taken one step away, and the parts of you that felt dead aren't gone. They're waiting to breathe. Connection doesn't return in a rush. It returns in pulses, tiny confirmations that you are still capable of belonging, still worthy of grace, still invited into a future you haven't ruined. You're still asking if there's really a way back, as if the door depends on your strength to reopen it. But the truth is simpler and more beautiful. The way back has never been closed to you, not once. Not on your worst night, not in the moment you regret most, not in the silence that scared you into thinking you'd been forgotten. The path doesn't demand that you rewrite your past. It asks only that you stop letting it decide your future. Every step toward home is met by steps toward you. Every honest whisper becomes a lantern. Every heartbeat saying, "I want to return," is already a kind of prayer. And when you finally stand still, you'll feel it. The quiet pull of grace taking your hand, not to drag you back, but to walk with you forward. You are not beyond repair. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. The way back isn't a place, it's a person, and he never left. Now tell me, when you picture taking that first small step, what does it look like?